And Cubby, you want to say hi to everybody? And say hi? Say hi? There you go. I thought it would be fun to redo a video that we did a while back that was a popular video for us. And we're just going to kind of drive the same exact route we drove. And I called that video Long Drive on an Old Country Back Road. We're just going to do it again. We had a really good time at my son's wedding. It was so nice to see family and friends, and some we hadn't seen in quite a while, and the driver formerly known as James had never met. So she got to meet them. Wasn't that nice?
They were all very nice people.
Yes, of
Every
course.
last one of them.
I had recorded my son's wedding, and unfortunately my battery crapped out on me before I got the whole ceremony.
Right at the very end.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 minutes.
Husband and wife.
Okay, so the old Gainesville Highway sign is gone. We're probably going to try to bury that. But on the last video that we made doing this route, that sign was there, so. Okay, we got a property for sale right here. We're just going to roll by slowly. We're not going to stop. Right off the old Gainesville Highway, this is a property for sale. Hold on, let me get the sign. Yeah, I know, I know I did. That was totally my bad. But I figure if someone's interested, there is your contact info. And it looks like a website there, or an email address maybe. Can't quite tell. I don't really see a website, so. One more time, there's your phone number. Kind of blowing in the wind there. All right, so anyway, that is just a empty property for sale, a lot, no home on it. And we're going to drive by one of the last homes we showed and see if it's sold yet. In fact, pull down that little neighborhood. Yeah, it's coming up. Trying to get this camera straight. I think that's straight. Can never tell on this. Anyway, this is the old Gainesville Highway, what remains of it. Oh, there's a for sale right there.
This is the house that's for sale. Maybe.
Well, it's fenced in, so we can't show it anyway, but there's another one for sale there. And this is what horse and buggies would have driven back before there was a highway. Yeah, the driver formerly known as James always likes the tree canopy cover. So yeah, I guess I'll put in a few still pictures from the wedding right here. I'm not going to put in much because I didn't ask their permission. But it was a really nice ceremony. It was bilingual. My daughter-in-law is Hispanic, so her family, you know, obviously speaks Spanish, and my side of the family speaks English. So everything was said twice. And that's probably why I ran out of battery, because it was double the length of
it was awesome though.
It was.
It was an awesome wedding.
It was. I'm so proud of my son and my daughter-in-law.
I cried like a baby with no tissues.
Yeah. All right, turn here. Okay, so it looks like the house we showed is still available, if anyone is interested. And I said in that video, I pointed out how close you are to a lake. I don't know if that grants you lake access, but you could stand out at your front door and see the lake across the street. But I don't know if you get, I don't see like any kind of public access down here, so. And again, I don't know the name of this lake. And the last time we drove around coming from the other way, so show you this way now.
Oh yeah, the tiny home is up in there. Right there.
Yeah.
See it?
I do, that's neat. Even has like their electricity or the...
Yep, they got an air conditioner.
Yeah. Of course, I'm sure I'm not getting it on this camera, but...
Maybe not.
It's really kind of hidden back there. So anyway, if you did live in that house back there, even though you're right on the old Gainesville Highway, you would never have to do, you know, touch your tire to dirt. You could just drive around back this way. Pretty lake though. Okay, and this is Highway 20 up here. The last time we did this video, we had to, you know, stay basic. We couldn't do like little side roads like this. I could only make 20-minute long videos then, so. And speaking of time, I do have my son's wedding on this card. I haven't deleted it yet, so if this does cut out, this video will be a two-parter. I will put this, whatever we do today, if we don't get it all, we'll start back tomorrow and do a two-parter. In fact, I'm going to stop it right here because we have a long line of traffic and we don't want to wait all day, so. Okay, that finally lit up so we could get out. There is the storage yard. Speaking of tiny homes, if you're in Putnam County and are looking for a tiny home, there you go. And the prices there were fairly cheap. Somewhat. They were cheaper than the ones we showed at the Ace Hardware. And there is Interlachen Liquors and T&K Discount. And get over into your left lane if you can, please. If we see a home for sale that we can show you, we will stop and show you it. The one we passed back on the old Gainesville Highway, like I said, was fenced in, so we couldn't really show that anyway, but it's a waterfront property with a home on it. Right here used to be a little plaza that had a Larry's Giant Subs and a Radio Shack and a pet store. And the pet store was where I got my cat, Tiger 2. Obviously the successor to Tiger 1. Or Tiger 1 was just called Tiger. We had no idea there would be a Tiger 2, so, but Tiger 2 was great too. Both great cats, little orange tomcats. Orange and white tomcats.
Now you got Cubby.
Yeah, and Cubby's just orange though.
Yeah, that's right. He don't have no white on him.
My tigers were both white, like Yally, but instead of, you know, black and white, they were orange and white. Great cats. Okay, so we got some new stuff coming here. That looks like somebody's storage shed. Yeah.
Nice.
And that is a new home just built right there. Very good, very nice. Porta potty still on site, so. Is anybody behind us?
No.
Let me get this sign right here because I made a big deal of that the last video we came out this way. Go pull up a little. Okay, and there is Compton Street. I had questions in that video. People were wondering, what's the big deal about Compton Street? And of course, back in the 80s and 90s, there was a little rap outfit called NWA that had an album called Straight Outta Compton, was very popular. And every teenage boy in town wanted that sign in their room. And I think that was a mobile home for sale back there. What? It looked like a for sale sign, but I couldn't tell. If anybody would like to see that mobile home, let me know in the comments. We will come back and do it. That is a newly built mobile home right on Lake Hasenjäger. Nice lakefront property there. So, you know, if you got the money, you could buy these lots and put you a mobile home on them, or if you have even more money, you could buy these lots and put a nice house on them. They're clearing that out where you can see Lake Hasenjäger back here now. You didn't used to be able to. Huh?
They had a wreck back there.
Oh, did they? Mm-hmm. Okay, and it looks like there's a for sale by owner lot right there, but we don't show those. And again, not that people aren't trustworthy and you can't get a great deal and deal with great people, but I'm just not going to show them. And once upon a time, I knew just about everybody that lived out here, but they've mostly all passed away now. Because this is where my grandparents, this area is where my grandparents lived at. And speaking of which, my cousin told me at the wedding, we were talking, when my grandparents first moved up here in the late 60s, they were expecting Interlachen to kind of be a boom town then, but it didn't happen, and it's happening now, so everything is growing here. And we're gonna ride down, since we got the, should have the time, we're gonna drive down and I'll show you where my grandparents lived. Also, about a year ago, I made a video talking about a house that was completely surrounded by the forest, and that I was gonna hike back in there once I found my cowboy boots, but I never did. So I don't know. I really don't want to walk back there, you know, with just regular shoes on, because I'm sure that it would be a snake haven back in those woods. Okay. Somebody's got a tiny home back there. So if you could time travel back to the 1970s during the summers, this is where you would find me at, out here, riding my bike all up and down the street, or running around in these woods. Oh no, a new home here? What in the world? Oh, okay, there's somebody living on site with an RV. I get questions about that. Do people live on lots out here with RVs? Yes, they do. Okay, that would have been right about there where my grandparents' blueberry bush was, but it's gone. Now this house, this mobile home wasn't there in the 70s and 80s. But that was my grandparents' house where they lived at. And they first moved into that in the late 1960s. And it looks completely different now. Oh well. Alright, go down here and let's bust a U. What are you pointing at? Yeah, that's another house that's, I think that one's been there a while, but it's not
It's pretty.
Not from the 70s or 80s. It's probably been there for 25 years anyway. Okay, and here's a good shot of Lake Hasenjäger. In case anyone was interested in what Lake Hasenjäger looked like. What we're on right now is a peninsula. This drives through the lake. There's lake over on this side as well, but I don't think we can get a glimpse of it, but we're gonna see. This is a dead end, of course. We're just gonna drive down it and turn around. This is something we have never filmed before. And again, I used to know just about everybody that lived down here. And they have all either passed on or moved on. Okay, there's the other side of Lake Hasenjäger over there. I don't know if I'm getting it. Maybe getting it. Nah, probably not. Anyway, we're just going to turn around and go back because this is a peninsula. If this were the state of Florida that we were driving on, we have just reached Key Largo. And now we're going to make our way back to Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Pretty area out here, though. Is that a for sale sign?
No. That's spray foam.
It's what?
It's a spray foam sign.
Spray foam?
Yeah, I guess they're selling spray foam.
I remember an older couple that lived there back in the 70s and early 80s. Friends of my grandparents. And they had little grandkids. And I would play with them. I don't know whatever became of them. I used to swim on that lake and had a little paddle boat. Those days are gone. But it is a pretty lake. And this is the house the driver formerly known as James was pointing at. Coming up. Yeah, I got a feeling this video is gonna crap out any second. This house right here, that is a nice house. And that was probably built in about 2000. And the wooded lot that had swallowed up a house is right in here. There is a house in there. And I am going to try to walk back to it. Although I'm not seeing it. I'm sure you can't tell on the video because all you see is trees, but with the naked eye I can see pretty far back there. I wonder if they tore that house out of there. Huh. Well, as soon as I find my cowboy boots, I will come back here and we'll traverse back through those woods and see if I can find it. And hopefully there's not like a hermit or something living back there with a shotgun waiting to open fire on me. But I don't see any no trespassing signs, so alright, so that's a blast from the past for me always to go down here. We're gonna go left. Onto Glendale off of Kelvin Street. Yeah, somebody put a tiny home in right there. Very nice. So, you know, if you don't have a large family and are, you know, okay with living in a smaller space, you could really make it here on the cheap for sure. There's plenty of property out here for sale. Here's Donut Lake.
Black Racer was changed.
Do I?
Black Racer.
Black Racer what?
Dead.
Okay, there's Donut Lake. We used to call that Donut Lake when we were kids. It had back in the 70s and 80s, it had like a perfect little island of grass growing up, circular island of grass in the middle of that circular lake there. And we called it Donut Lake, although it's probably more like a pond. It would be better being Donut Pond, but it's just how it is. So by now I'm sure you are very drowsy, and you have probably drifted off to dreamland.
I have. I'm driving in my sleep.
Oh my goodness, no. Well, you know, I do this on purpose. I do this for a reason. Because this is exactly what I'm looking for at night when I want to go to sleep. People who make videos like this. If you want excitement and fiestas and everything else, that's all over YouTube. Action and adventure. But if you want a nice leisurely cruise around with a monotonous voice to put you to sleep, well, here it is. Tell your friends, you know an insomniac, let them know. That's what we're here for. Oh, and you know what? I took a video of Cubby. I was going to do a cat video today, but those cats are hard. You know, it's hard to film them because all they want to do is run around and run off. And it's hard to get even a few minutes clip of them, especially Cubby and Meowgie, because they're both still basically kittens. Or if not kittens, they're very young cats, and
they're teenagers.
Yeah, they want to roam and run. So Yally will sit and stare up at me like, "Are you done yet? Could you please go away now?" But the other two are hard to film. But I did take a little clip of him before we left. I'm gonna put that in this video at the start of it, so you've probably already seen it if you made it this far in this video. And the last time we came through here, when we made that last video on this route, there was a pig. Somebody's old pig had gotten loose. Doesn't even look like we're gonna get a pig in this video. But we are making our way to Highway 315, and then we're gonna end this video at Dunkin' Donuts, which is still not opened. And that's if my memory card will get us there. Straight away. Driver formerly known as James, always trying to turn down there.
I like that road.
I know, but I have limited space on my card, so I still have to get that wedding video off of there, and that's like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So. And I'm not exactly sure how much space this car even has. But we're about to make it to 315, so. And you know, it's amazing how many comments I get from people saying, you know, or been told face to face that we bought property in Interlachen because of your videos. So that's awesome to me. I love to show Interlachen. I love Interlachen. I mean, I'm almost 53 years old, and spent a great deal of my life here. So this is home to me, and if someone else can make it home, that's awesome too. That's our traffic jam for today. Not a lot of places in the world where that could be your traffic jam for the day, is there? Anyway, summer is coming up, and we're looking forward to maybe getting out of town more this summer. That is when we get out of town and go, you know, we've pretty much shown everything within a 50-mile radius, so we're going to have to expand even further out, which is hard for us to do with animals. I mean, any much further than that, you're looking at an overnight stay, at least for us. I'm sure there are youngsters who can go and drive 200, 300 miles a day. but it ain't us. We're old and...
Speak for yourself. I'm not that old. At least not yet.
Well, I mean, you're younger than me, but you're old, and it's time to accept that.
He's gonna be in the doghouse tonight, y'all. We don't have a doghouse. It'll be out in the back in the shed.
Oh, Lord. For telling the truth, I see. Just because you're younger than
Calling me old.
Just because you're younger than me don't mean you ain't old. Believe me when I tell you. You Grandma Moses to some teenager. And it's okay though. That's how it goes. Oh, I think we're gonna make it. Okay, there's Hog Wild to the left. And the Shelton Veterinary Clinic, good people. They do our animals right there, so every time we've taken them there with the problem, they get it fixed up lickety-split.
Dr. Lori does. It's usually Dr. Lori.
Dr. Lori is very good.
And she's the one I recommend.
Oh, we got to go vote tomorrow, too.
I forgot about that.
What?
I forgot about that.
Full disclosure, I will be voting for the Libertarian candidate.
Me too.
Just hopes that eventually, someday, somebody will join us. And they'll have more votes to at least make a chunk of the pie. Right now, third-party candidates get nothing. Okay, Dunkin' Donuts is there, looking ready to go, but still not open. And we made it, so that's very cool. I guess go ahead and park at the CVS to end this video. They put a little fence up here behind it. I don't like the looks of that fence. It looks cheap, but whatever. Alright everybody, we thank you so much for watching. I am going to try to do a full-length cats video. And like I said, those aren't easy to make just because my stars don't always want to cooperate. And it's been over a month since we did one, so I do need to do one. I know people missing them, so yeah. And then I guess whenever baseball season starts, we're gonna go to
Daytona.
We're gonna go to Daytona Tortugas, so that'll be upcoming. And yeah, we will see you next time. And I'm gonna have skateboarding coming up, old man skateboarding, which is always good for a chuckle. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and God, I hope I helped some insomniacs out there getting to sleep. Peace.